What's up, crypto land? Welcome to the channel. I am Craig, and we're gonna try this at noon. Like I said, we're gonna be trying different avenues, different times, see what happens. Maybe we'll try this for a while. Maybe we'll end up going back to morning, 9:15 a.m. live streams as market opens. Maybe we won't. We'll see what gets more people interested and more views. What's up, Donna? Let me turn this music off and let's get into it. Yeah, I know, Jeff. I left it on just for a minute. Anyway, hope it wasn't too loud and you couldn't hear me, but let's see what's going on in the charts. We're going to start out looking at that 15-minute chart from, 2 or 3 days ago? Oh, that would have been, Tuesday or Wednesday. We drew this triangle, said to watch for a break. Our first target was at 85.8, which we hit, and then our second target is 84.3. And then, of course, we have one all the way down to 78. Let's see what happens here. It does look like it's in need of a little bounce right here. We'll see what happens, but I hope you all are doing well. What's up, Florida attorney? Isn't it? Is it lunch break at the courts or what? What's up, Oscar? 31 people, 10 likes. Let's get some more likes in here. Let me know what you guys think of the noon. Even if you're watching this after the video, say you didn't catch it, you're watching it later. Let me know, do you think noon is a good time to do live streams, or do you think I should have stuck with mornings? But a lot of people were asking for recorded morning streams, or recorded morning videos. So it's kind of short, just a quick update. So I posted that this morning. Honestly, it didn't get a whole lot of views, so I'm not sure what people want. What's up, Oscar? Perfect for you. Jeff said it works for him. Florida attorney said smoke and lunch break. Man, quit smoking, bro. You'll feel so much better. I shouldn't even say that because I hated when people said that to me, so I take that back. What's up, Anthony? Works for you too, Donna. Good deal. Gillian, thanks for the morning update. Right on. So I appreciate you guys stopping in. We're going to take a look at what the trades are doing. Noon is good, said Neff. It just seems like not a lot of people came on. So usually we have like 70 to 100 viewers. Right now we only have about 44. But like I said, it's the first day doing it. Maybe we'll try this for a week. I'll do the morning updates early in the morning, just a quick 8 to 12 minute update on price and things like that, Monday through Friday. And then we'll do the noon live stream. And then, of course, I am getting the member stream. I've not forgot about doing member streams. I want you guys to understand that. I'm trying to get my timing right for all this stuff, because once I get it, I want to lock it in and it always be the same, right? So people know when they want to watch my lives, they'll know what time my live is. When they want to watch my update short video, they'll know when to, I just want to get it all in and lock it in. So don't worry, I only smoke those funny looking cigarettes. Oh, right on, man. I didn't even know. Is that legal in Florida now? I mean, is it legal as, recreational like it is in Michigan and I think Ohio now too? In California and a bunch of other states, but I would too if I was an attorney. So you don't have to answer this, Florida attorney, but are you like a criminal attorney or like a family attorney or affairs or like business, what or just all around whatever? Just curious. All right, guys, let's look at what's going on in the chart. So will this be our new resistance? That's going to be key, the 83.3 or whatever. But then if we go back to the 4 hour, remember, how you trade depends on what time frame you're on, right? So right now we're getting back to test this 83.5 range again. If this holds, we can go back up. We still have a chance to get up to this 89,100. There's major resistance there and more at 91.3. Defense attorney. All right, right on. What's up, Colin? Good to see you, man. So the measured move, if you measure this wedge on the 4 hour, the measured move gets down to about 78.7, somewhere in that range. But remember, once we break this, we usually will come down to test our old support at 77.6. And remember, if that breaks, we've had this drawn out for well over a month, probably more like 2 months, almost 2 months for this. And you guys know that I trade and I actually give you my trades, right? So a lot of these people you'll watch sitting there showing charts and be all jazzy and acting like all this shit's going on, music's bumping, and they act like they're trading. They aren't trading shit, right? They're not showing you a trade. If they show you a trade, they'll usually show you the results of a trade, of a winning trade, right? They'll never tell you when they actually get in it and when they actually get out, because they're losing more than they're winning. I guarantee you that, especially if they're not showing you when they get in and stuff. So be careful who you're watching on that. A lot of these guys that are acting like they're trading are not trading. And I'm not telling you to follow my trades, right? And definitely don't follow theirs. But what I'm telling you is watch who you are watching and listening to. If someone's not actually trading, they're not going to be of any help. You can know how to analyze charts and know where things are going, but unless you're actually trading it, you don't know shit, right? So what I've been doing the last month and a half, and I will continue to do, is I've been open with my trades, showing my trades, and telling people when I get in, when I get out, showing my losses and showing my gains, right? So anyways, wanted to clear that up a little bit. There is a lot of bullshitters out there. And then you got the guys that are trading 10 and 20 bucks, right? Or $100 or $300, and it's zero risk for them, right? So anyways, just wanted to get that off my chest real quick. All right, so I've been trying to sharpen my paper trading skills. That's the best way to start, man. So let's get into it. Let's take a look at my trades. The other thing I wanted to show you. So this is Prime XBT, right? This is a real account, not a demo account. Someone accused me of a demo account. Not a demo account. This is real. Demo is right here. So if you click on demo, it shows you a demo. There would be $1,000 USD if you wanted to trade. So if you do want to trade a demo account, sign up to Prime XBT, links down below, and you could have a demo account to practice on. Pretty simple, pretty easy. But let's go into the real account. Let's go to the trade in the real account, right? And where we're at, we are up 13,700. Now again, I moved my stops to 86.65, right? So this one will be in a win. This will be a win. These three will be in a winners. This will be in a small loss. We'll have gains of like $4,000 or $5,000 if I get stopped out, right? So no matter what, I won this trade already. So the haters can't say anything because I already won the trade. The relief. I don't have to deal with the BS. But anyways, same thing here. So this is the trade on BITUNIX, right? On BITUNIX, if you want to check out the video, there's a link down below. There's a tutorial. You got a couple more days. On April 1st, I'm gonna be giving out $500. I'm gonna do a live stream and pick a random comment. I'll have a random comment picker. Pick the random comment on that video, and you'll win $100 or $500. So, but anyways, same thing. This one, I got the stops in profit also at 86.56 or something. Where did I put it? Above the 8 or the 8 EMA on the 4 hour, right? I'll probably move that down. What I'm going to do with this trade is just trail that 8 EMA. So once it closes, I'll put the stops right around, just above the 8 EMA, which is my red line right here, right? So anyways, as of right now, this is 158 in profit. I entered this trade, was it yesterday? Yeah, in yesterday's video, I showed you I got in this trade and we're up, 160%. So it was like $1,500. We're up $2,500. So just kind of show you, this is the account I'm probably going to use to day trade on, to more, quicker, not such big trades, just kind of day trade in the account I'll use to be going over stuff with the members only group. So anyways, that's where we're at with that, guys. We are winning so far. If you're watching this channel, you're going to get sick. We're going to win so much, you're going to get sick of winning. Florida attorney, medical marijuana card. I was suffering from a condition wherein I was overly focused and motivated. Wherein I was overly focused and motivated. Whew. I know that feeling. Yeah, I hope it's all better. I hope I helped out with it. And nice. Well, out here where I live, we don't need a medical card or anything. It's totally just like going out and grabbing a beer. Although I don't drink, you guys know that, and I don't do drugs per se, but every once in a while I'm known to have an edible, and I do have drinks with like 5 mg in them. I got higher ones for people that come over, but I'll drink them with 5 mg, have one drink on a weekend, or if I'm out in the garage working on something, whatever, maybe. Rare, pretty rare, usually on vacation, but nevertheless, if it's a nice day, we're out on the boat, sometimes I'll do it. So anybody in any trades, let me know. If you're in a trade, hit 1. If you're not in a trade, hit 2. If you're looking at getting into trading, hit 3. And if you don't give a shit about trading, hit 4. Just to see where we're at in the chat. Anthony's in a trade. Oscar's in a trade. This one's working out pretty good for being on the 15-minute, right? We played this one off of the 15-minute charts, playing out pretty good. 2, not in a trade. Donna, do you trade yet? Or are you trying to learn to trade? I can't wait for Minnesota to get their recreational MMJ businesses going. Problem is, a lot of the like smaller guys that used to grow and stuff, they just got obliterated and pushed out because of the, you know, the big groups that have huge investments in it lowered the prices so much that the little guys just can't make any money. Then they buy them out, they take their equipment and shit. And I think that's going to go on for a few years. And then once all the big boys have control of the pot industry, they will pump the prices up on everything. But until they wash out all the little guys, going to be a while. Everything will be cheap for a while. Just like any other market, right? They wash out the little guys, get them out of the way. 29 likes, 77 people. Come on, guys. Let's do it. All right. You guys want to take a look at some other charts here? Solana, like I said, in this morning's update, it's breaking the flag. It's everything flagging out. XRP still dumping. Your next support is between 210 and 2, or 195 and 210. So you got the 200 EMA at around 195. Then you got the top of this channel at about 208. Cardano's obviously it's flagging out also. It should get down to approximately 59 to 60 cents. If that breaks, obviously, then you can look at it as being a much bigger downside, down to that 31-cent range. Depending on what traditionals do. How are traditionals doing anyway? Ooh. Looking pretty beat up. For a Friday, that's kind of surprising. Usually on a Friday, the markets tend to pump. We'll see what happens at the end of the day. So usually between 3 and 4, sometimes 3:30 and 4, they really try to pump. They try to rally the markets. Let's see if they're able to do that today. Dow Jones is definitely coming to the downside. Remember, our next target is down to this trend line at some point here. S&P really taking a dupe. And 16.5 is where I look for a pretty decent bounce. If it doesn't bounce there, we could get all the way to 14.6 for the NASDAQ. Ethereum looking like poop. They're all looking like poop. Maybe something happens, markets turn around, or when the markets close, people start playing with crypto for the weekend and pushing it around. We'll see what happens there. On the weekend is a risky time to trade, especially if you're new to trading. So be careful with that. So we are, obviously, this is a daily. We've been below here before and closed above. Let's see where this daily closes on Litecoin. But remember, we need to open and close of a daily under this to confirm that I believe this will turn into resistance. So tomorrow should be, if it opens and closes below, again, that's a weekend, so it's kind of wishy-washy, but that's what I'm looking at there. This has gone upward 170% on this trade here, but remember, this was only a $1,500 trade, but the profit right now is almost $2,600. And then we have this one over here going, we're over 14,000 in profit. Our stops are right at that 8 EMA. Or no, it's not. It's a little above the 8 EMA. So our stops on this I put at 86. 50, right? So right here is my stops. I'm above the 55 EMA, the 13, and the 8. I'm going to keep them there for probably a couple more open and closes, and then I'll move it down with the 8 EMA. That's how I'm going to play the rest of this trade. If I get stopped out, oh well, I look for a new one. I'll be in good profit. So that is my idea here. The EMA strategy, I think that's what we're going to go over in the members video. I did show you guys that one of our members a long time ago put in, let's see. So let's take a quick vote, right? So this is the Dow Jones 19 right now, and this is 1929. I want to hear your opinions. Again, nobody knows for sure what's going to happen, but I'm curious to hear your guys' opinions. You see the similarities in here. Hopefully you do. Hopefully you can. You got your high, you got your low, you got your higher high, you got your lower low, you got your huge bubble, and then your pop, right? Over here, same thing. Hit 1 if you think this is pretty damn possible. Hit 2 if it'll never happen. Because a lot of people seem to think it's a different world today, blah, blah, blah. But I'm curious to hear what you guys got to say. But I use trend lines. Oh, Donna said, I'm learning with really tiny account. I trade supply and demand. Donna, are you in our trade? Are you in our Discord? If not, join in there and kind of show what you're doing. Not a whole lot of people like to show their chart or end up showing their charts, I should say. It's getting a little better in there. We're trying to pick it up a little bit. So definitely come check it out. So I got a bunch of definitely. Good Looks Gaming says it's going to get bad. Litecoin's dead. No new all-time high ever again, said Andrew. Andrew Best. I mean, it could. It might be 10, 20 years down the road. Maybe. If crypto succeeds, we'll see. I might not see, but you'll see if you're younger. Either way, I don't think Litecoin will die. Honestly, I think Litecoin is a better project than 98% of crypto. I really do. Just because it's real. It's just like Bitcoin, right? Pretty much the same as Bitcoin. It had we know who created it, but he's not profiting off it anymore. Anyway, he might have made a little profit when he sold, but kudos, right? All right, let's see where we're going. Man, this is dropping pretty good. We're over 15,000 profit on this one now. Remember, this is 4 Bitcoin short. We could go up, pop up, but no matter what, my stops are already in profit, so it doesn't matter. That's the way I like to trade. Same here, my stops are in profit. Right now we're up 2,700. We did this trade yesterday with 1,500 bucks. Let's see, what did we risk here? Does it say? Yeah, so my margin used to get in this trade was 1,600, and we're up 15,000. So not too shabby. So this one was 1,500. We've already doubled it, but this was, you know, a quick in a day. LTC has very weak management team. Yeah, it has a weak management team, but it really doesn't even need a management team, right? It's not out there. It doesn't need as much promotion. They're not paying for promotion, all that stuff. They don't have to pay for the management team. And it works. It's never been shut down. It's nothing. It's Litecoin. It works, man. Missed the first part of the stream, Nilish. Not too much. I've pretty much just been bullshitting the whole time. This is a live stream, so I come on here to bullshit with you guys and see what's going on with everybody. It is Friday. I hope you all have an awesome weekend. I don't know if you have any plans. I don't really have many plans. My mother-in-law's birthday, we'll be celebrating that with her tomorrow. Other than that, I don't think we have no huge plans. I'll probably be working on shit around here, playing around out in the yard maybe. I'm not sure yet. It's still going to tank to 82,000. I think it's going to go below 82 eventually when this is all said and done. If we go to 82, we will have broken this support, and I believe this will be resistance again to go to at least 77.6, probably much lower, but I still really think we'll be hitting these targets. But if you look at the 4-hour RSI here, it's getting pretty low. Obviously we can go lower, but you can see like it went way down here. Back over here, it hit 85, had a little bounce, came back, made another low at 83, and then right here where it made this bullish divergence, right? That low was 80, 77, 7, triple sevens, the lucky sevens. Can you interpret the algo chart? Algorand? Sure, I'll look at Algorand. Had to think about that. Got a lot of shillers shilling this shit. That's why I don't like it. But yep, flagging out. That's this is the daily chart, and I do see it flagging out just like everything else has been. I think we talked about this in a live stream a couple days ago or something. Same thing, flagging out. Your support's about 18 cents. Once that breaks, you're looking at about 15 cents. Best case, if that breaks, right? This could hold. You could go up from there, but you got to break this top around 22 cents before you really get bullish. But then if you look at this as a flagpole, right? I won't even tell you where that goes. About 5 cents. Honestly, it doesn't look healthy. But then you got the people that say round bottoms pay the bills. Well, go ahead and try that. But my opinion here, I wouldn't mess with it. But if everything starts to pump, maybe you get a good deal at it, right? This chart is looking pretty convincing so far. As long as we stay below these EMAs, right? Same type thing. So what it is two parabolas, right? You could show your major bearish divergence here, bearish divergence here. And if you look where the EMAs are, those are the new resistance. You have the EMAs or new resistance here. Oh yeah, guys, don't forget, make sure you subscribe, tick the notification bell, share the video, and smash the like button. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. But anyways, if we bounce around in here between the 55, it may end up looking something like this. Again, guys, nothing ever plays out to the exact same, but we can kind of get an idea of how it might turn out. So if it did do the same as it did back here, right, we get something like this. And then once it falls, maybe get a bounce down to here, maybe get a little rally, get everyone bullish again, then come back down, test the 200, break through the 200, test it for resistance, come down, and get to our 35 to 9,700. No guarantee it gets down that low. I still think it will, but we'll see what happens. Either way, these markets are getting beat up pretty damn good. Oh, and Tether printed another, what, $1 billion today, so everybody thinks it's going to pump. Maybe it will, but guys, they printed Tether all the way down in the bear market too, and it never pumped. So, I mean, you might depend on that. A lot of people think every time it pumps because they print Tether. Well, they can print Tether and use Tether to short too. Just so you know, it doesn't mean that they're going to buy Bitcoin. So just be careful with that stuff. Savvy, what do you think about it if we go below the March lows of 76.5? I expect the March lows of 76.5. These are the targets that I've had since the end of February. We drew these in. Right, and I told you every time we'd hit one, it'd be tested for support. Once it broke, it should become resistance. Well, right here we tried it twice, and right now we are on the 83.5. We break below that again, it's probably going to be even heavier resistance than it was over here, and we're good chance we break this 77.6 all the way down to 68 or 66 to 69,000. Those are all measured moves from way back when. We'll see what happens. Obviously, nothing's guaranteed, guys. The cool thing about it is you can trade, and it doesn't matter which freaking way it goes. We could even get something like this and get another new all-time high in the bullish chart. That is a possibility, although I don't think that's what's going to happen. Doesn't matter what I think. The market does what it wants. Either way, we can make money no matter where it goes. That is the awesome thing about trading. If you guys are interested in checking out trading, like I said, links are down below. They got tutorials next to the links. Bonuses using my link. Prime XBT as the best bonus right now with 100% deposit bonus. Whatever you deposit, they match 100% of it in your account towards your margin, up to $10,000. If you already are signed up under my account, you can go to, I'll show you real quick. You go right here to the more, then you go to the promo codes, click that, and you put Savvy 100 in there. And once you do that, it'll put that in, and then whatever you deposit, it'll match it 100% towards your margin. Then if you don't have an account, you sign up for one now, you don't even need to put that in. It just automatically does it. And that bonus is only good. It runs for 14 days on your account, right? So, yeah. My favorite thing to watch is Hopeless Moon Boys grasping for straws, trying to find any news article that they can to help explain price drop. Right, it's a market. That's what markets do. They go up, they go down. And nothing is ever guaranteed, especially when the way things are today, right, with social media and that. So I believe the macro is the macro no matter what. It's going to play out, how it's going to play out. All the little stuff in the middle, you know, that can be managed by posts, news stories, just propaganda, all that crap. They kind of push the markets around with stupid news. You ever notice, like, when they have a news conference, it'll be right at a support and resistance in the markets, just shit like that. It's just, it's humorous. Some people like to trade that news stuff, which you can. I mean, many successful traders trade many different ways and are still successful, right? You could have two traders that totally 100% disagree with the way the other one trades, but they're both profitable. So does it really matter? As long as they're real, they're really showing their trades. They're not just showing their trades after the fact. They tell people when they get in. If they're moving their stops during a trade, they should. If you're following someone that's not showing you all that, unfollow them, because they really aren't trading, guys. Yeah, I cannot stress that enough. $115 people smash the like button, guys, and just smash it. Just smash the damn like button. Break your keyboard. No, don't break your keyboard. All right, where are the markets now? Let's take a quick look. Ooh, Dow's down 634, S&P's down 102, NASDAQ 440. Look at that GameStop. They're going to buy Bitcoin. They're going to buy Bitcoin. That's what I'm talking about with the news shit, right? A bunch of idiots probably bought in when they were saying that, and then they just dumped on their heads, right? So the GameStop people made a shitload. Go look at the well, I guess we can't see, but they have to report. And I'll bet a lot of the big boys dumped GameStop on that little pump, just like they did this pump, this pump, this pump, and this pump. Look at that, hit right on the line we drew. It wasn't up there yet when we drew that in, when the big story popped. I hope they don't do that, because they'll just wither away, just like MicroStrategy is going to wither away, because he does not give a shit about his investors. What? Oh, almost hit our target before crashing down. Got a long ways down to go. Michael Saylor. Is it? It's here. Let me go like this. We're going to put this on the weekly. No, we're going to go the 3-day. He's done this all before, guys, in the .com bubble, and he was the biggest loser. But there's a catch to that. MicroStrategy was the biggest loser, right? They say Michael Saylor because he owned the company. MicroStrategy was the biggest loser in the .com bubble. Michael Saylor wasn't. He sold his shit way up here, just like he's doing all the way while this crashes down, right? Screwing all his investors, selling his stock, buying his stock back up when it bottoms at the shit $2 level and all that. I don't know. Obviously, I have no proof of this, but if you understand markets, it would make a lot of sense to you. But if you're just blindly bullish on Bitcoin, he's your hero. But in reality, he's not going to be your hero if we go into a major bear market. I promise you that. Please smash the like button harder than I smashed the Ooh, I almost read that. I won't read it. Oh, wow. Wow, wow. All right. Well, let's altcoins are looking very alty. Anything else you guys want to check out real quick? I'm good, Dark Prince. How are you doing? Yeah, pretty close. I almost read it out. So this is what I was thinking of for Tesla. I mean, it could be done here, but I still think we've got a lot further down to go with Tesla too, right? Again, if all markets crash like I believe they will, everything's, excuse me, going to come down in a big way. I hope my mic wasn't good enough for anyone to hear that. I can't believe there's only 58 likes. You guys do know that the like button is right down below. And if you're watching it on a TV, I think you click where it says more over on the right and it brings it up and you can click the thumbs up, hit the thumb, hit the thumb. Looks, let's see. It looks like this. Hit that thing right there. Hit that. And then click the bell. I want you guys to do something for me with whoever you follow, just out of curiosity. If they post a trade or say they're trading, right, whether on X, YouTube, live stream, whatever, tell them to show their trades, right? Tell them to open their trades, show their trades, prove they're trading, or they're full of shit. Just do that. I think it'll be funny. I think a lot of people will get called out. And if people keep on it and keep explaining other people to do it, maybe we can wash out the fakes. Probably not, but maybe we can scare any new fakes from coming in. That would be awesome. Spoken like a true attorney. Thanks, Dark. I appreciate it. Off the subject, how's your pontoon boat doing? Any plans to go down to the Ozarks? No, we went to the Ozarks, what was that, 2 or 3 years ago? Every year we go somewhere. I think we're going back up. We used to go to Torch Lake every year too. I don't know if we're gonna do that. That's up in Michigan, probably mid-upper Michigan. But I think my wife, I know my wife planned it. I don't know which lake. I don't remember which lake. But this summer we're doing another one. The pontoon's good. It's in getting stuff now. I had a cracked fuel pump. They're fixing that, and I'm having them put a new impeller in it and all that good stuff. Oil change and everything else. That's one less thing I have to do oil change on myself. But yeah, thanks for asking, Tom. That's where that's at today. Altcoin looking very alty. Torch Lake is a great name for weed smoking fishermen. Torch Lake is a beautiful lake, man. If you ever have a chance, go up there. It's up in Michigan. I can't think of the name of the town, but it's not too awfully far from Traverse City. But Torch Lake, it's like the second cleanest lake in the world. I think it's second cleanest lake in the world. It looks like the Caribbean. It's just beautiful, man. And it's super deep, and you can see down 30, 40, maybe even more feet. Pretty crazy. We had one of my wife's friends that went with us go to Greece. I've been to Greece. Me and my wife went to Athens and Crete Island. Beautiful. Looking at Tesla, do you think Elon regrets paying for Trump's presidency? No, I don't. And I think Elon understands markets and knows exactly where it's going anyway, honestly. I truly think that Elon understands markets. I think most of them guys do. They can't say that, obviously, but they play the freaking markets, man. I can suggest you. Oh, suggest. Yeah, I've been to Greece, man. So what the hell was I saying? Oh, about Torch Lake. So one of my wife's friends was there on the pontoon, and they were all out swimming. I was sitting in the pontoon, kind of just floating. And this is how it is. So when we're out there, like I said, you can see the bottom at like 30 feet, 40 feet, and you can't tell how deep it is, right? You just see like a kind of a wavy sand bottom. and one of her friends was coming up to the pontoon, and she had panic on her face, and she was like, you know, she had a hard time getting back to the boat. The water was kind of drifting a little bit, and she was just very tired, getting exhausted, and getting worried that she was going to drown. And the girl next to her was like, "You can touch here." And she put her feet down and could touch. It was total relief, but you just can't tell how deep it is. That's how clear the lake is. It's beautiful. Anyway, I don't know why I told that story, but it popped in my head talking about the lakes. Elon's doing what he's doing because he's a true patriot and he actually loves the country. He ain't getting anything out of this. I do believe, I do think I believe that, but again, I don't believe any of this crap unless somebody actually goes to jail and some people get punished for the tax shit. Honestly, yeah. If there's no punishment, they're never gonna stop. So even if this really was stopping, cutting out a lot of the waste, it'll come right back if nobody's punished because they have nothing to fear and they'll do it all again. And I don't even want to get on this subject because I get pissed off when I talk about it. So until someone goes to prison, jail, loses their house, cars, assets, everything they bought with stolen ass money, I don't give a shit. And people say, well, just wait, it has to come. Well, they haven't talked about going after anybody. They're not talking about it. Until they actually do something there, it's all a bunch of horse shit, bullshit, in my opinion. We'll see. I want it to be true so bad, but unless somebody gets punished, it was all for nothing. Anyways, that's my thoughts. Don't have to be yours. I'll try not to get political on here. Let's stick to the charts. We can get political on in the Discord or well, no, not in Discord. I don't like getting political anywhere because it creates a lot of tension and chaos, and people just want to argue over everything. I like to state my point. If you want to argue yours, that's fine. Everybody's got their own opinion on stuff, but I just stated what I think. So, to each their own. No, it's been very disappointing. I want to see prosecution. Same thing. If there ain't no prosecutions, it was either bullshit. And even if it wasn't bullshit, it's gonna continue. Nobody got punished. Why in the hell wouldn't they continue to do it? They're crooked thieves and they'll keep thieving because there's no repercussions. There's no punishment. There's no nothing. Where do you think I should get more shorts? That is totally up to you. I'm not here to tell people when to trade, how to nothing. I'm telling people, showing people what I do, why I do it. And like I said, and when I move my stuff, I tell people what I want people to know is you can actually make a living off of trading. And you don't have to day trade. If you want to day trade, day trade. I mean, that's your thing, but you don't have to stare at charts all day to make good money at trading. That's just, And the reason I started showing my trades is because a lot of people don't understand that no matter what way the market's going, you can make a ton of money. Even if you're in a bull market, you can make a shitload shorting, right? Even if you're in a bear market, you can still make a shitload longing if you're trading properly, if you're using stops, and if you're getting good entries and exits, right? It's that simple. People think you're trading a bull market, you go long and you stay long. Like I said, have the people that say they're trading and making money trading show their trades as they do it, not after the fact, as they do it. Tell them to tell you when they enter, tell you when they exit, and show it. Politics is like pro wrestling. They beat each other up and then go have a beer together. But pretty much, so these people are constantly shooting hate towards each other, but they all work in the same things. They go to the same meeting. There's nobody ever punching anybody out, and it's just a bunch of shit, man. It's a freaking clown show, man. Let's see. Elon's a wolf in sheep's clothing. Maybe. I mean, that's your opinion. Like I said, everybody's gonna have their opinion, right? If you have an opinion though, why? Why do you think he's a sheep or a wolf in sheep's clothing? What has he done? Or what proof do you have? Like, I have no proof he did anything bad. The way the Democrats are acting, you just watch how they're acting, and there's enough proof that there's something weird going on there. You got people on the right too that are the same way. It's just like, I almost think it's all just a freaking script. They're all reading off a script. They all have their parts. Again, I hope not, but it's looking like that. Unless somebody gets in serious freaking trouble, then I don't believe it. Oscar say he wants to get out of the 8 to 6 job that I have. Yeah, I would suggest, if that is your plan, to make sure you're trading profitably for at least 4 to 5 years, and you're making more than you make in a year. And that's hard to do, I understand, because you got to spend a lot of time doing it, but that's what I did. I had to make sure that I wasn't gonna lose, money, that I could survive and continue my life as is. To start with, he's after putting chips in everyone's brain. I have read nowhere that says he is trying to put chips in everyone's brain. Nobody's putting a chip in my brain, so I'm pretty sure you would have to. You can't just put a chip in someone's head. So that sounds a bit like you might have heard that story from a lefty. I don't know. Or a left news source, maybe. I'm not saying the right news source is good. I'm saying you hear some weird shit on the right news too, right? They all push their agenda. And saying that Elon's trying to put chips in people's heads is a little nuts, right? Just a little nuts. Because he ain't putting chips in my head. I'm sure you're not going to let him put a chip in yours. They're not going to force people to put chips in their head, right? Neuralink, that's your choice. You want to put Neuralink in your head? Put it in your head. I'm not putting Neuralink in my head. Skip B said it's all about money and power. Doesn't matter which side. I agree to a certain point, but I think, especially in the last 20 years, one side is way more loopy than the other. Way. Doing some weird shit. But again, that's my opinion. Don't think the Democratic Party is anything like it used to be when I was younger. Was nothing like they are today. Nothing at all. That is like all the gender shit and all that shit. Weird. It was nothing like that. All right, let's check on the trades again real quick one last time. This one's still up a little, 14,500. This one's still up 171%, 2,500. So, all right, guys, I think that's going to be about it. Don't sound like anybody really wanted to go over any other charts or anything like that. So, yeah, what do you guys think of this? This is looking like a very damn good possibility. But we're going to see how this unfolds. All right. All right, guys. I think I'm going to wrap it up then. I appreciate you guys stopping in. Make sure you join the free Discord down below if you guys are interested in trading. There's links down below for Prime XBT with a huge bonus, and BITUNIX. If you watch the video on BITUNIX, there's a chance to win $500. I appreciate you guys. Have an awesome weekend. Stay safe out there. If anything real crazy happens, I might post a live video over the weekend. Other than that, I will be doing a members video at some point here. I promise before Monday we will be doing a members only, and I will give you ample time, at least an hour or two ahead of time that I'm going to be doing it. So again, I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Stay safe out there. I appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure to smash the thumbs up on your way out if you have not already. Subscribe to the channel and share the video.